I want you to know that when I got here last year, alligators were a real big thing for me. You might remember I arrived and I got a panic phone call from Dr. Prather saying, "We have an alligator on our campus. What do we do with it?" And I'm like, "You're asking me? I just got here from Kansas where they don't have alligators." Well, I'm past the alligators, but now because of several of you, I have this real fear and phobia about black snakes. And because some of you have told me that they like to crawl in houses, when I get up in the middle of the night, I have a really hard time not just watching every step I take to make sure there's not a black snake there. So, varmints, as we call them in East Texas where I grew up, are plentiful here in Florida. I'm going to ask you now if you will stand up and face the person closest to you. You're going to have to get quiet now. As a student, you are going to care about next week and the rest of the semester. I want you to repeat these words after me. This is from a poem called Making Contact, from a very wonderful book that I hope you will all get if you don't have. It's called Teaching with Fire. Repeat after me. I believe the greatest gift I can conceive of having from anyone is to be seen by them, heard by them, and touched by them. The greatest gift... Okay, class, let's continue. The greatest gift I can give is to see, hear, understand, and to touch another person. When this is done, I feel contact has been made. You may take your seats. The heart of everything that we are engaged in is about hearing and seeing and touching the spirits of the lives of those who come through our doors, whether they be our classroom doors, on ground, online, or through a TV screen. At this time every year, I get very excited because we are changing the lives of so many people, one life at a time. This past Sunday, I had the honor and privilege with Dr. Prather and Dr. Stone and Miss Joan Tiller of being at Mount Moriah Missionary Baptist Church. And we got to visit with and talk to some of the most incredible young people that you'll ever want to meet. Those young people, 4 of them, will be sitting in your classrooms this semester. One young woman I talked to is a Winter Park student, and she told me this: "I hate it when the semester is over because I can't see my teachers and I can't go to campus and be with the people who have convinced me I have something to give." That's our work, all of us. And it's not easy work, but it is our work. When you doubt that some of the busy things that we do are important, think about why we do them. Think about why we do assessment. And by the way, Tom, it's not to punish the deans. Think about why we want to put classes online and offer alternative schedules. Think about why Mary is encouraging us to encourage students to be a part of the student success courses. When you start to doubt why we are doing things, focus on why we are doing them. One of my favorite authors, Margaret Wheatley, who is a delightful person, has a new book out called Finding Our Way, Leadership for the Uncertain Times. And in it, she makes clear that clarity of purpose at the core of the community changes the entire nature of relationships within that community. As we move into this new semester, I challenge you, as we move into our strategic planning process, I challenge you, as you're doing assessment of your students' learning, I challenge you to focus on what our community says is important. And I'm going to finish my remarks this morning with a second poem from Teaching with Fire called Fire. What makes a fire burn is space between the logs, a breathing space. Too much of a good thing, too many logs packed in too tight, can douse the flames almost as surely as a pail of water. So building fires requires attention to the spaces in between as much as to the wood. When we are able to build open spaces in the same way we have learned to pile logs on, then we can come to see how it is fuel and the absence of fuel together that make fire possible. We only need to lay logs lightly from time to time. A fire grows simply because the space is there, with openings in which the flame that knows just how it wants to burn can find its way. As you move into your spaces this week, leave those open spaces for your students to learn, and those open spaces so that together you can start fires everywhere you go. Thank you.